Prayer.
Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness has appointed the offices of leaders and parliament for the welfare of society, good of all human lives upon it, and the just government of its people. We beseech you to look with your abundant favor upon us, your servants, whom you have entrusted with the performance of such important trust in this community. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our attention and deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this region and of those whose interest you have committed to us. Amen.
Item 1, administration of oath.
Honorable members, good afternoon. I rise to notify you that on 5th August 2025, His Excellency Evariste Ndayishimiye, President of the Republic of Burundi, appointed His Excellency Ambassador Edward Bizimana as Minister of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and Development Cooperation of the Republic of Burundi, who also hold fort on EAC affairs. His Excellency Ambassador Edward Bizimana has indicated his desire to participate in the proceedings of the Assembly, and in accordance with Rule 5.4 of the Rules of Procedure, a member shall not sit or vote in the Assembly before taking the oath or affirmation of allegiance to the treaty. Rule 5.5 of the Rules of Procedure specifically states that when a new member first attends the House, other than at the first sitting of the new House, he or she shall be brought to the table by two members and presented by them to the Speaker, who shall then administer the oath or affirmation of allegiance to him or her. May any two members who know His Excellency Dr. Ambassador Edward Bizimana present him for me to take the oath.
Procedure. You have to present to the speaker first. Honorable Mumamo have to present the new member to the speaker before he take the oath.
You're right. Honorable Momamo, you can present him to. No, you stay there.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, distinguished guests, it's my pleasure to introduce to you His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Edward Bizimana, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and the Development Cooperation of the Government of Burundi. Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Ambassador Dr. Edward Bizimana is a 50 years old with a wealth of experience in the diplomatic career, politics, and academia. He is a lecturer in various universities, including the University of Burundi, and has carried several researches and done a lot of publication. Ambassador Edward Bizimana has occupied several posts of responsibility in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in the Office of the President, and the Forum of Political Parties in Burundi. He is a holder of a diploma in modern literature and in English literature of Burundi, a bachelor degree in modern English literature of Eala in Cameroon. He has also a master's degree in international relations of Eala, Cameroon, and addressed in international relations in Eala, Cameroon, an MBA in business administration and diplomacy in Geneva, Swiss University. He has also a PhD in international relations got in Eala, Cameroon. Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Ambassador Edward Bizimana speaks fluently French, English, and is very good in Swahili. Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I thank you so much for your attention.
I, Ambassador Edward Bizimana, do swear that I, Edward Bizimana, do swear that I will give true and faithful service to this assembly, and that I will be faithful to and bear true allegiance to the East African community, and will preserve, protect, and defend the treaty for the establishment of the East African Community as by law established. So help me God.
Congratulations, Your Excellency, Dr. Ambassador Edward Bizimana. And now it's time for you to sign. Your give him a copy. I will give you a small gift. This house is governed by this book, which is the Treaty of the East African Community. Honorable Minister, this will guide you. You can have it as gift number 1. Then, as you are now a next official member of East African Legislative Assembly, I give you this book, which is containing the rules of procedure of this assembly. It will help you. But before you take your seat, maybe you need to say something, to tell something to our members, something about you.
Right Honorable Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, MPs, dear Secretary General, let me start by thanking everybody for this opportunity. And I'm very honored to be here and to serve my country and the community. So you can count on me. I will be always available to help. And I will also come to you for guidance and collaboration. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
We proceed to item 2 on the order paper, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, we have guests at the gallery and we have to recognize them. Those guests are coming from Kenya, from the county of Nakuru. They are 14 and they are Honorable William Mutai, who is a majority leader, and Philip Wanjohi Ndiritu, who is minority leader, Honorable Francis Mungai Kuria, Honorable Makaria Gachiri, Honorable Virginia Wamaita, Honorable Grace Wambui Mwati, Honorable Anne Muthoni Gite, Honorable Robert Kipyegon Langat, Honorable Paul Kipkorir Langat, Honorable Alex Ndugu Mbugua, he's not there, he didn't come. Honorable Ezekiel Kungu Kariuki, Honorable Samuel Kipkemoi Tonui. Good. Honorable Lois Njeri Kagecha and Mrs. Anne Kahunga, who is legal counselor. Honorable members, we also have others visitors. We have Honorable Leontine Zeimana, who is a member of Eala 4 and who used to be also a minister of Burundi charge of EAC and now ambassador of Burundi in Tanzania. And we also have Helen Wangari Irene, who is from Trust Found Indigenous Culture and Health. Thank you.
We proceed item 3 on order paper, laying of papers, Roman 1, report of the Committee on Communication, Trade and Investment on the EAC Customs Amendment Bill 2025.
Chair of the Committee on Communication, Trade, Investment, lay the report.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the report of the Committee on Communication, Trade and Investment on the East African Community Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025.
Still on item 3, Roman 2, report of the Committee on Agriculture, Tourism and Natural Resources on the assessment of policies and laws governing mining activities in the EAC 2016 in EAC 20th September 2025.
The Chair of the Committee on Agriculture, Tourism and Natural Resources, you lay your report.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the report of the Committee on Agriculture, Tourism and Natural Resources on assessment of policies and laws governing mining activities in the East African Community, 16 to 20 September 2025.
We proceed to item 4, the East African Community Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025, second reading by way of motion.
Chair, Honorable Minister, who's present.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the East African Community Customs Management Bill 2025 be read for the second time.
Seconders, Dr. Makame, Honorable Blacks, Honorable Dr. Woda, Honorable Sanko, Honorable Ndangiza, Honorable Kibe, and others. You can sit. Now, Honorable Minister, you can justify your motion.
The object of this bill is to amend the East African Community Customs Management Act to streamline and rationalize customs administration, operations, and procedures, and to provide for related matters.
Thank you. Now, Chair of the committee, you can present the report of the committee on the EAC Customs Management Bill 2025.
Right Honorable Speaker, on 3rd of June 2025, the East African Community Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025 was introduced in the House for the first reading and referred to the Committee on Communication, Trade and Investment to examine the bill and report back to the House. Pursuant to Rules 66 and 67, Rule 81A and E and Annex 5C of the Rules of Procedure of the Assembly, the Committee on Communication, Trade and Investment considered the East African Community Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025 and wishes to report back to the House. Background, Right Honorable Speaker, under Article 75 of the Treaty of the Establishment of the East African Community, partner state undertook to establish a customs union in 2004 through the Protocol on the Establishment of the East African Community Customs Union. The pillars of the customs union include application of a common customs law, elimination of internal tariff, application of a common external tariff, CET, and the removal of non-tariff barriers, NTBs, among others. The EAC Customs Management Act 2004 was enacted to facilitate the implementation of the customs union by providing for the management and administration of customs in the community. Since its enactment, a number of changes have been effected, among which include the operationalization of single customs territory, ratification of the World Trade Organization, WTO, trade facilitation agreement, and the adoption of information technology in customs processes and procedures. The law also provides for the role of customs of partner states as responsible for day-to-day operations of customs, including revenue collection, enforcement of the act, and the management of customs personnel. Objective of the bill. The principal objective of the bill is to amend the East African Community Customs Management Act to streamline and rationalize customs administration, operations, and procedures, and to provide for related matters. Specifically, the bill seeks to amend the East African Community Customs Management Act to empower the national assemblies to remit or write off duty in whole or in part in circumstances where the commissioner is satisfied that the duty cannot be effectively recovered due to impossibility to correct or exercise cost of recovery. B, streamline advance ruling by empowering the commissioner to revoke an advance ruling if there is a change in the law relating to the classification, origin, or valuation of the good, or where the commissioner is satisfied that the advance ruling was based on false or misleading information provided by the applicant. Methodology. During the consideration of the bill, the Committee A reviewed the East African Community Customs Management Act 2004, East African Customs Management Amendment Act 2015, and East African Community Customs Management Amendment Act 2022. Reviewed the Treaty for the Establishment of the East African Community and the Protocol on the Establishment of the East African Community Customs Union. Interacted with the Directorate of Trade and Customs in the East African Community Secretariat, as well as the Office of the Council to the Community. Both offices expressed concurrency with the proposals contained in the bill, affirming their alignment with the objectives of the enhancing trade facilitation and strengthening customs administration within the region. Communicated to and requested for the views of the stakeholders of partner states on the bill. Received and considered the views on the bill from the Republic of Burundi, the Republic of Kenya, the Republic of Rwanda, the United Republic of Tanzania, the Republic of Uganda, the Republic of South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and the East African Business Council. From 16th to 20th September 2025, the committee considered and reviewed comments from partner states and the East African Business Council. On 14th October 2025, the committee engaged with the chairperson of the Council of Ministers regarding the bill, to which the chairperson raised no objections. General observations. The committee made the following observations. Review of the EAC Customs Management Act 2004. The East African Community Customs Management Act 2004 was enacted to harmonize customs operations across partner states, facilitating trade and economic integration. Since its inception, the Act has been amended over 10 times, primarily through proposals by the Council of Ministers. These amendments have often been piecemeal, addressing isolated issues rather than systematic reforms. The committee observed that a comprehensive review of the Act was conducted in 2022. Despite these efforts, loopholes continued to emerge, stemming from unforeseen consequences of the original registration, as well as the need to correct errors, address omissions, and enhance clarity and functionality. These issues culminated in the drafting of the EAC Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025. During consultations with the Office of the Council to the Community, the committee was informed that another amendment is currently underway. These reflect the dynamic nature of customs legislation and the need for continuous adaptation to regional and global trade development. Roman 2, streamlining customs administration. The committee observed that the East African community has continued to grow in terms of broadening and expanding its cooperation in trade, which is a cornerstone for integration. The proposed amendment will, among others, address both current and emerging requirements of the customs administration and operations in facilitating trade in different dimensions that will match the demands of the business community within the East African community. Roman 3, active sensitization and awareness campaigns. The committee acknowledges that the successful implementation of the EAC laws and protocols depend heavily on the well-structured and impactful sensitization strategy. It is essential to develop comprehensive awareness program that educate the citizens on the practical application of these laws and protocols. An informed and engaged populace serve as a vital partner in advancing the objectives of the community across all levels. Roman 4, customs areas. The committee commends the inclusion of container freight stations within designated customs areas. This development is particularly significant for landlocked EAC partner states, which depends heavily on transit corridors through Tanzania and Kenya. A substantial portion of cargo destined for these countries is consolidated at container freight stations in Dar es Salaam and Mombasa prior to inland transportation. However, the committee observed that coordination among customs administration at these facilities remains inadequate. Inconsistencies in the documentation requirement across stations create compliance challenges, while limited digital connectivity between the customs system and the freight stations contributed to delays. The inclusion of container freight stations as official customs areas is expected to enhance predictability, reduce delays, minimize compliance burdens, and facilitate more efficient cross-border trade for landlocked partner states. Roman 5, duty write-off. The committee noted that decentralizing duty write-off to national parliaments would accelerate the process, given the more frequent and responsive nature of national level operations compared to the regional level, where council meetings occur only twice a year. However, the committee emphasized the importance of maintaining harmonized procedures across EAC partner states to ensure that write-off are conducted transparently with a clear justification and proper oversight. Roman 6, operationalization of the law. The committee observed that upon enactment of the bill, its implementation may face challenges in the Republic of South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo due to the absence of domestication of the treaty for the establishment of the East African Community. As a result, the law would not be applicable in those jurisdictions. Roman 7, translation of EAC laws and protocols. The committee underscored the importance of translating EAC laws and protocols into different languages to facilitate accurate interpretation and ensure accessibility for both citizens and implementers. Following the admission of the Democratic Republic of Congo and its full integration into programs and activities of the community, the committee considers it urgent to pursue the proposed amendment to Article 137 of the treaty. This amendment would enable the community to establish the necessary operational infrastructure to support translation efforts. Once in place, this framework would allow for the translation of EAC laws and protocols into French and Kiswahili, thereby enhancing user-friendliness and inclusiveness.
Excuse me, Honorable Sankok and Kakoza. Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Roman 8, comment from the East African Business Council, EABC. The committee engaged with the East African Business Council as the representative voice of the private sector within the region. Upon consideration of the submission presented by the EABC, the committee observed that the majority of the issues raised are operational in nature and mainly pertain to technical and administrative matters. In view of this, the committee is of the considered opinion that such matters do not warrant inclusion within the substantive provisions of the proposed legislation. Rather, they are best addressed through administrative mechanisms. Accordingly, the committee recommends that the relevant implementing agencies undertake targeted sensitization and capacity building initiatives to effectively respond to the concerns articulated by the East African Business Council. This approach is deemed more appropriate and effective in resolving the operational issues identified without incubating the legislative instrument with the procedural details. Roman 9, proposals for amendment. The committee received comments for amendment from the Republic of Burundi, the Republic of Kenya, and the United Republic of Tanzania. The committee noted that the East African Community Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025 is a council bill developed through a comprehensive consultative process involving all relevant sectoral institutions across partner states. The bill was duly adopted by the Council of Ministers with the full concurrency of all partner states. The committee observed that accommodating the proposed amendment would compromise the negotiated consensus and agreement reached among the partner states. Accordingly, the proposed amendments will be submitted to the relevant authorities for consideration in future revisions. Recommendations, the committee recommends that the Assembly, Roman 1, urges the Council of Ministers to direct the EAC Secretariat to design and implement sensitization and awareness campaigns on the practical application of the EAC laws and protocols. These initiatives may include public rallies, mass media campaigns, both print and electronic, and should be carried out in collaboration with the key EAC organs, including the Assembly, the Court, and the Secretariat. Roman 2 urges the Council of Ministers to call upon partner states to submit periodical report to the Assembly through the Council detailing duty write-off. This measure is intended to enhance transparency, ensure accountability, and facilitate legislative oversight of customs revenue management across the East African community. Roman 3 urged the Council of Ministers to urge the Republic of South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo to expedite the domestication of the treaty to facilitate effective operationalization of the law. Roman 4 urge Council of Ministers to urge partner states to design and implement specialized training programs for customs officers and trade facilitation personnel. These programs should emphasize operational efficiency, effective stakeholders engagement, and enhanced responsiveness of the need and concerns of the private sector. Roman 5 urge the Council of Ministers to ensure that partner states engage comprehensively during the consultative process while developing the bill in order to prevent the introduction of new amendments which will require renewed concurrency from all partner states. The committee resolves to urge the Assembly to adopt the report of the Committee on the East African Community Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. Now, honorable members, the motion on the floor is that this East African Community Customs Management Bill 2025 be read for the second time. Debate is open. We have Honorable Kakoza.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. First of all, I would like to thank the chair of the committee that really the Principal Act of Customs Management Act, which was enacted in 2004. It's quite a long period that some situations have changed. That really we need to be in tandem with the working environment within the partner states. For instance, now the business today and the business community, they do prefer to work within stations, flight stations, that business people have come up with some stations which are licensed and they must be recognized within the customs, and it makes the business cheaper. However, I would like that the bill we have, when we go to committee stage, we must define what is the flight station, because all in the interpretation in the original Principal Act, every word is defined in interpretation. But here, when you change and you don't define it in the interpretation clause, it will become a problem and stand for abuse. I think at that committee stage, I would like to inform the chairperson to agree with me so that we can amend. Two, when you look at the bill, it's true that we make business proper, aligned, but I have an observation on the Principal Act in section 144, where this bill seeks to repeal import duty paid by a business person. That in case a car gets an accident, I have evidence and the duty is paid. Within that circumstance, the law allows to reclaim, as the Act, Principal Act says. But this bill seeks to repeal that section where a businessman has suffered a loss, and it repeals where I have an opportunity to claim that money in the revenue authority. And I think it's not fair for a businessman, after encountering a loss where it's genuine, where I can't be paid my refund. So those are the observations, and I think it's very paramount that this bill should be passed as it is. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kakoza. Now, Honorable Dr. Black.
Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate the committee, the chairperson for this report, but also to welcome the Council Minister from Burundi. On spot, after taking oath, you've already taken duty. You realize that we really needed you in the House, and we pray that you'll continue being with us so that that bench is full, because it is important for us to speak together because this is work we jointly do together. And you being Member of Parliament, I'm sure that the Speaker will continue taking you through on a lot of the work. But thank you so much for first day, and you're already taking on work. Right Honorable Speaker, this is a very important bill. This community is a people-led community. And therefore, the majority of the people that don't even speak our English and they only care about their survival. This bill is important for a trader down in Kubo, for a trader in Amanga, for a trader in all these partner states. I expected, Right Honorable Speaker, that now that the committee had interacted with East African Business Council, I expected the feedback around the issues of trade remedies tribunal, because this bill should move hand in hand with the question of the trade remedies tribunal. Right Honorable Speaker, I was waiting to hear that as they interacted with the committees and the members and the stakeholders, this will come out. It is overdue that we do not have even a track in terms of how this trade remedies tribunal is progressing. And yet it will be a key ingredient of helping our traders to sort a lot of their issues. The people have a lot of problems, Right Honorable Speaker, but they have to go through the processes of court, the processes of too much litigation, which the trade remedies tribunal would address. I want to find out from the committee, Right Honorable Speaker, and the Council of Ministers on the progress. As we deal with this bill, we must also have an update on the trade remedies tribunal, Right Honorable Speaker. I beg to support the bill, but with a feedback in that regard, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Apparently, we Honorable Victor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the floor. For me, it is a small question to the chair committee and the whole committee. But before I ask my question, let me first congratulate the minister that has just sworn in, and wishing him all the best for the long journey towards his new responsibilities. The question I want to address to the committee is that they mentioned the loopholes in the previous acts, and I would want to know how well this current bill addresses the existing and recognized loopholes. Thank you, Antonio.
Thank you. I think that I now have to go to the chair of the. Do we still have some who want to contribute? Yes, Honorable Sankok. Then we have 3 more Sankok. And what is the legal? Remain. Sorry? You are a member of the committee. But those who are not members of the committee, and they should come later. After Sankok, you too.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. And from the onset, let me start first of all by congratulating Honorable Minister, His Excellency Edward Bizimana, from the introduction of Honorable Mumamo. I'm sure the Excellency member is very competent and is a professional. We have no doubt, especially that he comes from the same country that our Right Honorable Speaker, Joseph Ndakritimana, come from. Our Speaker have been the most competent Speaker north of Limpopo and south of Sahara. So I believe even the Honorable Minister who have just joined us as a Member of Parliament will be such competent. Having said that, Honorable Speaker, I now come to the bill. And every bill and acts of Parliament, amendments are normal for us to be able to adapt to the fast moving world and especially gearing towards a digital world. Honorable Speaker, this bill addresses the issues of digital in this dynamic world that will make it and our movement, especially in those landlocked countries that are part of our community, to be able to receive their goods on time without delays, without red tape bureaucracy, and also safely, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, and I'm sure Honorable Kakoza had mentioned, article, because I have some little reservation, Article 144 of the East African Custom Management Bill 2004. Article 144, 1A and B, together with 2 and 3. Honorable Speaker, the Commission have to refund any import duty for goods that have been damaged through accident, through theft, along the way, as far as the investor claim within a year. Honorable Speaker, but repealing, repealing is not amending. It is doing away with it. Repealing Article 144(3), according to this bill, Honorable Speaker, means that the investor will not be entitled to a refund of the duty for goods that have either been damaged through accidents or sometimes through theft. And it is the duty of the country that charges those duties to protect the goods along their routes through geofencing, through making sure that they are safe and safely delivered to the landlocked countries. But Honorable Speaker, when we repeal this one, it means that when a country faces demonstration through Gen Z uprising, through other means, post-election violence, Honorable Speaker, somebody, an investor in Burundi, will suffer because of post-election violence in Kenya that have damaged their goods, and they have duly paid for the northern corridor to be geofenced and to be safe for their goods. The central corridor, the same. When landlocked countries import goods through our ports, they pay a lot of money. They employ a lot of people. They pay taxes because the people they have employed pay as you eat or pay as you earn the taxes, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, we are supposed to safeguard their goods. If we don't refund the duty when goods are damaged by our own thieves, by our own bad roads, potholes that have caused accidents, by our own reckless drivers, then we make the landlord countries to suffer for nothing. So, Honorable Speaker, I have that reservation of the repealing of 144(3). With those very many remarks, I support with those reservations. And again, I congratulate the Right Honorable Minister, His Excellency Edward Bizimana. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sanko. Who's the next?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, mine is a very small issue. First of all, I would like to congratulate the committee for the well-done job. The report is very small but exhaustive. It is a 6 pages report, very exhaustive report. Mr. Speaker, I would like to comment on the practice. It is a growing practice of the partner state bringing comment in a bill which has been originated from themselves at the late stage. Mr. Speaker, this practice is an acceptable practice because the bill originates from the council itself. Why are they bringing comments at the late stage, why they were involved at the initial stage. In our practice, parliamentary practice, a bill originating from the parliament, from the council, it originates from the consensus, from the agreement by the partner state. I believe they were involved at that stage, and if they had any comment, they should have submitted the comment at that stage instead of bringing those comments at this stage, which is an acceptable behavior, acceptable parliamentary practice, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I fully agree with the comment from the committee that this proposal for the amendment should not be accepted at this stage. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The order.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. And on the onset, I want to congratulate the Minister Ambassador from the Republic of Burundi. You are welcome to this August House. And also I want to recognize the presence of our good colleague and friend, Ambassador Leontine. She's been a member of this house in Eala for. Right Honorable Speaker, I just want to add my voice to urge to the committee to urge the Republic of South Sudan, where I come from, for the domestication of the treaty. And I know that currently in 2024, the treaty bill was placed in the Transitional National Legislative Assembly, but I urge them that this has to be passed because it took long since South Sudan ascended to the treaty. Right, Honorable Speaker, at the courtesy of the Secretary General, we as Women Caucus were given the opportunity to go and give an oversight for the women traders on the borders, one-stop border post. And we have found that because I did that oversight between Numili and Elego, that the traders from South Sudan are not enjoying the simplified trade regime, which come through the protocol of the custom union. And this will incur a lot of losses to our women because this simplified trade regime is mainly primarily given to women traders so that they are custom free from some of their goods, which are less than 2,000 USD, yet they're not enjoying this. So I urge the Republic of South Sudan that it is the due time for this treaty to be domesticated so that our citizens and our women traders and all the traders enjoy these privileges of this bill. I beg to submit, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Oda. Now, Honorable Alodi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to also support this report, as indeed I am a member of this committee. I wanted to raise on a few points. Some have been mentioned indeed, but I also wanted to, first of all, congratulate the council member from the Republic of Burundi. We will definitely appreciate your support and consideration of every single activity we have as the Assembly. So we appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Second one is a question that was raised by a member in the Assembly on the issue of loopholes of this bill. And I wanted to perhaps give a few remarks, but I'm sure my chair will also comment on it. But the nature of this bill, it being a bill around trade, actually necessitated the dynamic changes that you will see. As we've talked about as a committee during the report, we talked about the fact that there was a comprehensive I would say consideration of all the amendments of this specific bill, but still that was not enough because of the nature of trade and how things change within our region, we have to adapt very quickly. And that's why I would even appreciate our committee for the fast tracking of this bill and how fast it has, how fast we have been able to process this bill, the amendment. Now, on the side of what, again, another member was mentioning, I wanted to raise to also talk about the issue of council bills having comments and essentially sending them back to council when ideally a council bill should be a negotiated positions of all the partner states. Yet, time after time, we keep seeing this thing always happening. It's not just this bill. As you know, there was an impasse that we had, which resulted in a few months of us not working simply because there were partner states that had decided to withdraw assent to a bill that they themselves indeed had brought to the assembly. So I think this practice, there is something that has to change in the way these council bills are brought to the assembly to make sure that there is always sufficient consultations of all partner states to make sure that there will not be any more comments that are brought when we know that this is meant to be a consultative process. And really the only changes that we should be seeing would be changes that are brought by the committee. But in this instance, and it keeps happening, is that we see partner states perhaps changing their minds. But I want to make sure that I also perhaps alleviate some of the fears of the partner states that had comments on this specific amendment bill, is that, as I said, this bill is a changing act. And we want to make sure that all your comments have been also referred to the relevant institutions to make sure that they will be addressed in the next amendment. As I was saying, we would expect that this bill will always be, in fact, this act will always be amended based on the changes that are happening in the region. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
For Alodi, I think that we can now, yes, would be the last one. You have the floor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. On the onset, I want to congratulate the new council member from the Republic of Burundi, Edward Bizimana, to have come when we are short of council members to attending this assembly as officials. And good enough, he has intervened as a minister, and I'm very happy for that, to be able to adjust as fast as possible. Mr. Speaker, for me, my mind is just to emphasizing on the issue of council members meant for that have attributes in East African community issues. The issue that is, you find that the minister, council member in charge of East African community has other attributes. That's why you cannot even blame them, to be honest. So my recommendation one is that let the summit members try to appoint ministers purpose for East African community issues. That's when we will work properly, and even these issues of the remittances wouldn't be a very big problem. They could sit and you know that that's their issue, that's what they are supposed to do, and they perform. We are not short of educated people who can work as ministers, and just work on the East African issues. Second, I just want even to say so that they can even appoint them, even if they come and stay here. Come and stay here, they stay with you, and they make sure that the work of assembly is well done and it is very effective. Otherwise, we are just, it's just like we are shaking our own system. Because somebody cannot be having very many attributes and you expect him to come for East African community. Maybe it's just in the USA, whatever, or other issues that is committed with. And my wish is just as another recommendation, this issue of bringing the bills, the council bills, and then go back. I think they should try to make sure they consult each other. And if anything, they try to initialize on that report and make sure that all of them have signed, and that's all. Nothing to again amend, because it takes us a lot of resources and the process of integration goes slow. Is that few remarks? Right, Honorable Speaker? I submit. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Bahati. Honorable members, it's time for me to call the chair of the committee to reply on your remarks.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for again giving me the opportunity to help members responding to some questions and comment on some other observations. Allow me first of all to thank the Assembly for supporting the report. And for some proposal of amendment, the first one given proposed by Honorable Kakoza and supported by Honorable Sankok, we take the amendment. Then we consult the PLD to know how we put it in our report. If there is any additional information needed, we will also consult and see if the proposal could also be referred to the new amendment underway, because it is, as I have said in the report, this bill was amended already more than 10 times. 10 times, meaning that it's a bill which is really living. It's a bill which is living. The beneficiaries, the stakeholders, the users are feeling it. And they are now trying to address some key or important issues which is hampering its enforcement. It's really a good bill. And as the Assembly, we have to be proud of it as serving the users in the community. Right Honorable Speaker, consultation are always taken by the Council to see if they can improve. So any proposal which is coming, as I have already alluded to in the report, there is another amendment underway. It will be submitted again to them. Then when the report will be coming back, we again report it to you on the outcomes of the consultations. Right Honorable Speaker, regarding the submission of Honorable Dr. Siranda on the Trade and Remedies Committee, you remember, and I recall that this is a recommendation which is on the table. It has been addressed many times by the Assembly, the Fourth Assembly, the Fifth Assembly, but now it is the responsibility of the council to help knowing how far are we and what can be done so that the conflict and any mediation that is required for the trade to be conducted smoothly will be done. So allow me, Right Honorable Speaker, to refer again this request of Honorable Dr. Siranda to the council so that you help us now to know what can be done, what can we do, because I have already addressed, we have recommended many times, but how far is the enforcement of the recommendation? This is a question on the table of the Council of Ministers. Honorable Victor is really recommending to try to address the all loopholes in the bill, which is now addressed in all those amendments which are done by the sectoral council and submitted to the council. So it's a progress, it's a process. And for us, you have to be proud that at least the users and the stakeholders are listened to, and their proposal and observations are considered when the amendments are done in partner states. Regarding Honorable Ngole, Honorable Ngole is just recommending or supporting the recommendation of the report regarding why do we have a request from members of the council in one or another partner state coming back to requesting again to the council to address those issues when they were part of the process of amendment. You remember last time when we have been reporting on the East African Statistic Bureau, the amendment came from the Republic of Burundi when the bill was on the table for the head of state to assent to. And we was wondering how a partner state, was it because they were not consulted during the process of amendment? What happened? But that recommendation came from the last report, but now coming again to emphasize on the role of the Council of Members in the partner states to go through the process of consultations and submitting something they have exhausted to the assembly so that we avoid any repeating exercise, which is consuming time, which is consuming resources for something which could be done once. So it's again a responsibility to the council to address such issue as raised by Honorable Ngole, and also supported by Honorable Bahati. Honorable Dr. Oda, you are talking about the domestication of the laws in the South Sudan and the DRC. This is a recommendation of the committee, and it has to be taken care of by the Secretariat and the Council so that the enforcement will be efficient. I think I have exhausted the observations of members, and I know even other members are in support of this report. I thank you very much. And allow me in a particular way to thank Honorable Kakoza, Honorable Dr. Siranda, Honorable Victor, Honorable Sankok, Honorable Ngole, Honorable Dr. Oda, Honorable Arodi, and Honorable Alexi Bahati for the observations and the proposal for supporting this report. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Now, Honorable Minister, do you have any remark to share with us?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the House do resume and report thereto.
We are not there.
You are not here.
If you have any contribution on this debate,
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I want to thank those who made comments on this bill, and I took good notes of it, and I will share all the remarks with my colleagues or members of the council.
thank you. So, honorable members, Chair, you have accepted to amend your motion.
Right, Honorable Speaker, we agreed to consult the PLD and they take the right decision to be incorporated in the report.
Very good. So we take the motion as it is. Very good. Honorable members, the motion on the floor is that the East African Community Customs Management Bill 2025 be read for the second time. I now put the question that those who are in favor say aye, those to the contrary say nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act entitled East African Community Customs Management Amendment Act 2025. Honorable. Honorable members, we go to item 5 on the order paper. Bills commit stage. The Right Honorable Speaker is in the chair. Adoption of the bill clause by clause. We proceed with clause 1.
Honorable members, the motion on the floor is that clause 1 be amended in the bill passed. Chair, are you in agreement?
Put on the mic.
Honorable Minister, are you in agreement?
So, enhance it.
Yes, Chair.
Chair of the committee, for the answer that you have, maybe you have to.
Yes, we are in agreement.
I now put the question that clause 1 as amended be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
The motion on the floor is that clause 2 be amended in the bill passed. Chair of the committee, are you in agreement?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister?
Yes, Right Honorable.
I now put the question that clause 2 as amended be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3.
The motion on the floor is that clause 3 be amended in the bill passed. Chair?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Of course, this section, which is 12.1, is introducing the container freight stations. As I said, that once you put a clause, other new clause in the bill, in the interpretation, it must be defined. And this is what is missing. So I would like to add that the new clause J reads container freight stations with the definition within the interpretation clause.
We have the chair of the committee who has to respond to you.
Right, Honorable Speaker, as it is an interpretation, it's a definition, we accept the amendment.
We accept the amendment.
So, Council.
Chair of the council, do you accept it?
Yes, I accept it.
Thank you. So we're on clause number 3. I now put the question that clause 3 as amended, Honorable Kakoza, be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 4.
The motion on the floor is that clause 4 be amended in the bill passed.
Mr. Chair, I don't know whether they observed the committee about the consistency of the bill, because when we are dealing with the consistency in the bill, all the words must be the same, especially in this section. This section 14.5 is to deal with the sanctions, if somebody commits an offense. This section deals with the documents, that anybody faults on documents. When you look at 7 of the amendment of section 195, it is $10,000 US. In this section B, by substituting the word 1 with the word $20,000 US. So there is no consequential consistency in the bill. So what I would like to request the chair, that even 2004, it was $1,000 US. But now you are raising it to $20,000 US, which is almost 200%.
Which amendment are you bringing so that it can be considered?
That's 4. We're on clause 4. If you read it, they are substitute 1. In the Principal Act, it was 1. Now they are making it 20,000.
Kakoza,
yes.
We need more clarification. We need your
the particular one
so that the
should be reading 10,000, not 20,000. That's what I'm trying to say. So that you are consistent with section 7, section 8, section 9 you want to amend.
We give the floor now to the chair of the committee. If she's taking it.
Right, Honorable Speaker, this bill intended to avoid users who are abusing when they are traveling, they are moving crossing in the community and abusing. For example, you are in a truck, you can stop somewhere and do wrong procedures. And now this is to avoid that they continue, because the 1,000 was for most of them, it was just nothing. Now the customs that emphasizing that the 20,000 will now be too heavy for the users to not dare to those kind of procedures which are wrong. So it can be 20, it can be 30, it can be 50. It's for the users to avoid, to not be filed because of those wrong procedures. So it's not about the users, it's about the customers, the customs in partner states to put the heavy sanctions for the users to not dare to those procedures.
Chair, I think
I give the floor to the Honorable Minister to.
maybe before the minister chair comes in to understand
You
it
have the
better.
floor.
Yeah. You see, the section you are amending in the Principal Act is saying the owner of the internal container depots contravenes any provision of this section of any direction given by the commissioner under this section commits an offense shall be liable to a fine not exceeding $1,000. When you raise the 1,000, it goes 20,000. From 2004 up to today, it's always a deterrent measure. But who can afford that? That's why I'm saying instead of 20,000 USA dollars with a minor institution, it's too heavy to a person to accommodate, and it will injure the business community. That's what I'm trying to say. That if it's 10,000 USA dollars, it's okay, because already in section 7 in 195, you put 10,000 there. So you must be consistent in the law. That's what I'm trying to say.
Some clarification.
Point of clarification.
Let me put some clarification, point of clarification.
Honorable members, I give the floor to Honorable Alodi, who is member of the committee, for the information she has.
Thank you, Honorable, Right Honorable Speaker. I just want to clarify that this is not a mistake. It is not about 10 or 20. This is the negotiated positions of all partner states that have agreed to increase from 1 to 20. It is not a mistake.
Clarification, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, if the clarifications given by Honorable Alodi are enough, I'll give the floor to one member who's Honorable Black for more clarification of the issue. And then we proceed.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. We are legislating for people, and we must facilitate the business community to thrive in the community. We do not want to legislate and we block people that are doing business. Right Honorable Speaker, here, even the Republic of Burundi here had raised a concern to clarify whether it is 10,000 or 15,000. Now I see 20,000. The whole partner state which had raised the issue still wanted the clarity whether it is 10 or 15. Now we are jumping to 20,000. Are we pro-people community? Right Honorable Speaker.
More information?
Further clarification, Right Honorable Speaker.
Sorry.
More information?
Honorable Ndangiza, information.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I just wanted to inform honorable colleagues that the purpose of this bill, the amendment, there are two major amendments in this bill. One is the advance rulings, and this is a way of empowering the commissioner, who is mainly from the Customs Department, to make or maybe charge some fines on some members or maybe the private sector who do not abide by law. And maybe I'll give you a concrete example. Right now as we speak, we have started the single customs territory. The truck, maybe from Mombasa or Dar es Salaam going to Burundi, there are some regulations that, for example, you pay duty from in Mombasa and you don't have to stop anywhere. The truck driver has to go straight to Burundi without stopping anywhere. But sometimes you might find the truck driver decides to stop on the way, and in many cases there could be some smuggling going on. They might remove what they call the seal. So in case of such cases, because there is a loss of a lot of revenues,
but also failure to comply with the laws that have been set.
Yes.
So it was realized by the customs, but also by the relevant key stakeholders. And as was said, there was consultation among the council. And it was noted that the fines previously were not enough. Because when you talk of 20,000, the person who is carrying these goods might be having maybe about $20 million. So, and the purpose of this is not to punish, it's deterrence. Because much as we are pro people, but we want our people to follow the rules that we set as a community. So we looked at this, we tried to engage on your behalf, and we felt as a committee that this was the right track as a way of deterrent. And 20,000 is the maximum. But it's a way of deterring to make sure that you don't break the rules of the community and evade even the revenues, because our countries also need revenues. So this is the clarification I wanted to make. I want to urge our members to trust the committee. We legislated on your behalf, we engaged, we had similar questions. The council, our partner states have been engaged, and this is a common position. And maybe for clarification, it's not 15,000, it's 20,000. So this is what I wanted to add to for further clarification. Thank you.
Further clarification.
Maybe the last one. I've been saying the last one, Honorable Gideon.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Be brief.
This is a critical stage in the build where we need some clarifications because it matters a lot. I've been in the Committee on Communication, Trade and Investment for 5 years. And when doing our oversight or on-spot assessments, these things have always come up. And it has given a wrong precedence in how laws are not followed in the East African community. When you have studied and you found out that citizens or business community are not abiding by the law, then you need to give maximum deterrence. So this law is trying to give that maximum deterrence so that people do not disobey the laws and rules and regulations of the community. I think it is high time that we need really to act. Otherwise, we shall be amending, and problems will continue to crop up. Thank you. I submit.
Good. Now I give the floor again to Kakoza, then the chair of the committee.
Chair, I think I'm sorry to say so, because some of us, we are passionate of passing tax measures and tax laws. And when we say something, we depend on the information we have and knowledge. The section we are talking about is talking about somebody owning a container depot. It's a container depot. We are not talking of other things. No, we are talking of this section of a container depot. I own a container depot. I'm licensed. But you find I make a minor mistake in that container, you are raising me to 20,000 USA dollars. This 20,000, you came from 2004, they made 1,000 USA dollars. You look at the multiplication of the implication from 2004 up 20, and you mind about the person with the internal depot providing a service. The internal depot is providing a service. So if I make a mistake, you cancel my license. I've invested a lot. I've not got customers. You're charging me 20,000 USA dollars. And you think you are facilitating a business community? Please, yeah, even if it's a sanction, it must be a correlation with what you are dealing with. A person is providing a service, he has invested money, but you see the fine says 20,000 USA dollars, all 6 years. Please, we are legislating for people in business, facilitate them do business. If I'm talking, read the Prince Act, why this section is particular. 2, In laws, all laws, they must be consistent with what you are trying to do. If it's a sanction, it depends to what you want to do. Already the law in 195, you are talking of 10,000 USA dollars. Now you are talking of 20,000. Is that consistent in the law? Please, your legislators must know the practices and norms of what you are legislating in the law. You must be consistent of what you want to do. So what we are trying to say, this man is providing a service. You've raised from 1,000 to 20,000. Why 20,000? Make it 10,000 like the other consistency laws. I rest my case.
Clarification, right on the speaker.
Honorable members, Honorable Sirand, you have already spoken. Give a chance to others. Yes, Honorable Sanko.
Honorable Speaker, I would like to plead with Honorable Kakoza. You are providing a service. If you do a mistake, there must be a deterrent. And what you are handling is not a goat or a sheep or a cow. You are handling a container that may contain 10 Mercedes-Benz worth millions of dollars. If you have decided to go to that business, that is high risk, minimize your mistakes. Make sure that security is top notch. If you don't there must be a deterrent. For me, even 20,000 US dollars is still low. We can even make it even bigger because there are businesses. If today you decide to be in transport across oceans, you must invest a lot. You can't just bring any other old-fashioned ship and put our merchandise inside it. You can't just open a container freight station, just fenced by Kayapa or a small live fence, and then you say it's just a simple mistake. Just avoid doing that mistake. But for me, even the 20,000 US dollars is still under.
Honorable members, now, I'm sorry, Honorable Matthias. I will have to put the question. If we have to count the votes, we'll count. Because if we continue discussing 1 hour, 2 hours, we should not finish this. We were at clause number 4. The motion on the floor is that clause 4 be amended in the bill passed. Chair of the committee, are you in agreement?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister, are you in agreement?
Yes, I'm in agreement.
I now put the question that clause 4 as amended. No, clause 4 be part of the bill. Those in favor, they say aye.
Nay. Nay.
Those
Nay.
against say nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
The motion on the floor is that clause 5 be amended in the bill passed. Honorable Dr. Siranda, Honorable Gladness. Thank you. The motion on the floor is that clause 5 be amended in the bill passed. Chair, are you in agreement?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister,
Yes, I'm in agreement.
I now put the question that clause 5 be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
Honorable members, the motion on the floor
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Amendment also.
Yeah. Clause 6. Maybe the chair should inform the House. Why are they repeating 3B? Because in this section of the Principal Act of 144, 3 is that when I pay the duty, like Honorable Sankok mentioned, I've paid duty to government, it's still under customs, I lose my property, why don't you pay me what I've paid you, which is due with evidence? Actually, the original law says you can claim within 12 months. Now, why are you repeating to say no claim?
Amendment. Honorable Speaker, on still the same. No, I'm just adding on because we had the same amendment with him. Yes, but I wanted to inform her that earlier she had actually accepted that our amendment is good. I don't know where she intends to place our amendment, because when she was actually thanking members who have contributed, she specifically mentioned David Olesankok and Honorable Kakoza that their amendment have been taken into consideration. So this is the time to consider, because we are in third reading. So we don't need repealing.
Chair, I can provide information. Chair, this clause we are amending in the Principal Act, they are instituting D, where the duty is admitted accordance with this act. It's okay. But B, we are saying, the Principal Act was saying the Commissioner shall refund any import duty paid on goods in respect of which an order remitted such a duty has been made under this act. And when you look at this section, it says that when anything happens on my goods, you must claim it within 12 months. Why do you say now on 3 you are repeating it without giving an alternative? That's why we are saying let the section 144.3 remain in the bill, so that a businessman, in case he finds an environment that these gazetted goods are still with customs and I find a loss, I should be claiming my money. Because under your jurisdiction, I've not accessed those goods. That's why the spirit of this section was put there. When you repeat it, for a business will lose money.
Right Honorable Speaker, I think we have a response if we are ready to receive it.
Right, Honorable Speaker, it's allowed now to suspend for 5 minutes, then we come back because we have already response on that.
Give me the motion.
We resume business. Honorable Chair, the committee you had requested should time for consultation.
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker, thank
We
you
were
for.
on clause number 6. It was about $20,000 and $10,000. You have the floor.
No, we are now at clause number 6, whereby we are talking about the repealing of subsection 3 of the original bill. I think now we are in agreement with the Honorable Kakoza that the council had a reason to repeal this because it is now catered for into subsection 2. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker.
So you accept the proposal of Kakoza?
No. We are keeping what is in our report.
Honorable members, the motion on the floor is that clause 6 be amended in the bill passes. Chair in agreement?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Minister?
Yes, I'm in agreement.
I now put the question that clause 6 be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
The motion on the floor is that clause 7 be amended in the bill passed. Chair, are you in agreement? Minister?
Yes, I agree.
I now put the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 8.
The motion on the floor is that clause 8 be amended in the bill passed. Chair?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister?
Yes, I agree.
I now put the question that clause 8 be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 9.
The motion on the floor is that clause 9 be amended in the bill passed. Chair?
Yes, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister?
Yes, I agree.
I now put the question that clause 9 be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 10.
The motion on the floor is that clause 10 be amended in the bill passed. Chair?
Yes, I agree.
Minister?
Yes, I agree.
I now put the question that clause 10 be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Preamble.
Preamble. The motion on the floor is that the preamble be part of the bill. I now put the question that preamble be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The title.
The motion on the floor is that the title be part of the bill. I now put the question that the title be part of the bill. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Motion for the House to resume.
Chair of the Honorable Minister, member of the Council, you have the floor for your motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable. Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the House do resume and report thereto.
Seconders, Honorable Victor, Honorable Matthias, Honorable Clement, and others. Honorable members, the motion on the floor is that the House do resume and the committee on the whole House reports thereto. I now put the question that those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Report from the Committee of the whole House.
Minister, member of the council, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to report that the House considered the AC Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025 and approved the same with amendments. I submit.
Motion for the adoption of the report from the Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable Minister,
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the report of the Committee of the Whole House on consideration of the EAC Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025 be adopted.
seconders, Dr. Oda, Honorable Makame, Honorable Gladness, and others. Honorable members, the motion on the floor is that the report of the Committee of the Whole House be adopted. I now put the question. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
We move to item 6 on the order paper. The East African Community Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025, third reading by way of motion.
Honorable Minister, move the motion.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that EAC Customs Management Amendment Bill 2025 be read for the third time and do pass. I submit.
Seconders. Honorable Matthias, Honorable Francine, Honorable Clement, Honorable Dr. Makame, Honorable Gladness, Honorable Victor, Honorable Dangiza, and others. Honorable members, the motion on the floor is that the East African Community Customs Management Bill 2025 be read for the third time and do pass. I now put the question that those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
A bill for an act entitled East African Community Customs Management Amendment Act 2025. An act of the community to amend the East African Community Customs Management Act to streamline and rationalize customs administrations, operations, and procedures, and provide for related matters.
Congratulations, Honorable Minister. You made it. You just arrived for taking oath, as we didn't have any member of the council. You had to defend the bill, and you made it well. You would not have come, this bill would not have been passed today because of the absence of ministers. I hope that this bill will be assented to as the House have passed it. And this bill was introduced here last year. It was in June 2024, but look, we have passed it today. We did well. The House did well. So thank you for this. Let's proceed with others' business.
We proceed to the last item On the order paper, motion for a resolution of the Assembly recommending to the Council of Ministers to establish an EAC Sports and Recreation Club to promote sports and recreation activities for persons in the service of the community by way of motion.
Honorable Dr. Gerald Black Siranda, move your motion.
Honorable Speaker, I move a motion for a resolution of the Assembly recommending the Council of Ministers to establish an EAC Sports and Recreation Club to promote sports and recreation activities for persons in the service of the community. I beg to move, Honorable Speaker.
We had to get seconders.
Yes.
Eh? Do you have seconders? Machano, Honorable Farada and the others, you can proceed now.
Honorable Speaker, this motion is moved under Article 117, 119, and 49, Clause 2D, and 59, Clause 1 of the Treaty for the Establishment of East African Community and Rule 26 of the Rules of Procedures of the Assembly. Whereas under Article 117 of the Treaty the Treaty, the partner states agreed to cooperate in sports and social welfare activities within the community. And whereas through Article 119 of the treaty, the partner states undertook to promote close cooperation amongst themselves in the culture and sports with respect to the promotion and enactment of to deliver sports activities, recognizing that the value and solidarity of sports and recreation to the well-being of persons in the service of the community, noting that sports activities provide an opportunity for recreation, fitness, and social engagement to persons in the service of the community, which promotes and facilitates their well-being. Acknowledging that the East African camaraderie and sportsmanship development through the various sports activities undertaken by members of parliament in the community under the umbrella of the annual Interparliamentary Games, aware that under the international organizations like the United Nations, the African Union, and the European Union already established sports and recreation facilities and clubs, including gym, sports facilities, and other recreation facilities and clubs to promote the fitness and social well-being of the staff and the persons in their service. Appreciating the Secretary General for mobilizing resources for the construction of the gym at the EAC headquarters for the use by all persons in the service of the community. Mindful of the possession by the community, mindful of the possession by the community of the land generously granted to the community by the United Republic of Tanzania, which can be used to construct sports and recreation facilities as part of the development envisaged by the community. convinced that establishment of the community sports and recreation club will enhance the fitness and social well-being of the members, the judges, staff in the service of the community. Recognizing that Article 49, Clause 2D of the treaty empowers the assembly shall discuss matters pertaining to the community and make recommendation to the council as it may deem necessary for the implementation of the treaty. Aware that under Article 49, under Article 59(1) of the treaty, any member may propose any motion in the assembly. Therefore, be it resolved, Right Honorable Speaker, that in accordance with Article 49 2D, 59 Clause 1, 117, and 119 of the Treaty for the Establishment of the East African Community, the Assembly recommends to the Council of Ministers to establish the East African Community Sports and Recreation Club to promote sports, recreation activities for social welfare and well-being of all persons in the service of the community. Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. Right Honorable Speaker, I still want to appreciate you for the opportunity and leadership you've guided and accorded to this assembly. Right Honorable Speaker, sports and recreation activity is become a serious business within the region. The well-being of people may depend on sports and will reduce a number of times we visit hospitals in terms of looking for fitness, our well-being, our togetherness within the community, Right Honorable Speaker. Also being aware that our national parliaments, our national assemblies, Right Honorable Speaker, for instance, the Parliament of Uganda has what we call the Uganda Parliamentary Sports Club, and a well-facilitated, well-budgeted for, well-catered for, Right Honorable Speaker, for the purpose of engaging the public and the purpose of engaging the community, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the Uganda Parliamentary Sports Club engages and does an outreach to the community through sports, through netball, through volleyball, and the other sports activities. And they do reach out to even engage the district headquarters, the district sports centers, and the communities for them to promote the well-being and what Parliament is doing. Right Honorable Speaker, sports is one way that brings people together, irrespective of colors, irrespective of communities, irrespective of where they come from. Today, this morning, I was joking with colleagues that I was with at the training ground. I put on a yellow for the first time, Right Honorable Speaker. I normally, Honorable Mary knows, I normally am a fan of a green color, but when it comes to sports, sometimes I put on the Uganda Cranes jersey, which is yellow.
No, today you were black, completely black.
Today,
I remember. This morning.
I was black, but in my inner jersey,
You were yellow.
there was the jersey that was provided by the community. And I talked to Keto, that who thought about this color? I didn't know it's a good color sometimes because it can make you brighter even when you're a black man like me. Sometimes because you're in yellow, you can look brighter. Right Honorable Speaker, on the lighter note, that was on the lighter note. Right Honorable Speaker, the Parliament of Kenya has established what we call the Bunge Sports Club. Bunge Sports Club, in the research we have done, is as old as the Parliament of Kenya. Even at tough times during the Mandamano, the members of parliament come together. The captain actually comes from the opposite side, Mr. Otienda Molo, and who sees the other side with Arion Cheriot, that time who was from the other side. Sports brings people together, sports provides a healing opportunity, and sports gives us an opportunity for us to engage, to work together, to refresh. Right Honorable Speaker. When you go to the Parliament of Tanzania, they also have Bunge sports. And you see the cars and vehicles painted with Bunge sports. It gives them an opportunity to interact, to engage, and to reach out. Right, Honorable Speaker, a community big as this East African community, which is a people-centered community, cannot continue to operate without a well-furnished and established sports and recreation center. Sports is bigger than just going around, just running around. It's more of medicine, it's health, and we will create a way of engaging together. Right, Honorable Speaker, there is a very big gap between the Secretariat, the Parliament, and the court. Through sports and recreation, we'll have an opportunity to engage together to reduce this gap. If you ask me who are the current judges, I may not even know. If you ask me of the staff that are around here, I may not even know. And this will also reduce the gap between the staff, the people in the service of the support staff, so that at the end of the day, we are all serving this community. Right, Honorable Speaker, the Parliament of Rwanda, the Republic of Rwanda, has created an initiative where they engage and reach out to people. I remember when we were there, Parliament mobilized us to even go and plant the trees. I hope my uncle, the Honorable Ambassador Matthias, and Honorable Clement have checked on our forest to determine whether it is growing and give us feedback. Right, Honorable Speaker, a lot of these parliaments have an opportunity to engage beyond the business of thinking, beyond the business of losing emotion like I've just lost now, but through sports, I am sure that one day you lose, one day you win, but at the end of the day, we all win on behalf of the community. And when we walk out, we will shield together, we will together. And I've just been asking my captain what is happening. The captain of volleyball, who told me he's very busy, but he said once he engages in sports and this evening he tends to do one, he gets refreshed and he will come back here in the morning while fit and busy to engage. Honorable Speaker, with all those few remarks, I know that everybody would love to say something on this motion.
All right.
It is a timely motion that an initiative and a community like this will have a mechanism to establish this sports and recreation active sports club. Right, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move and persuade you and the House to second this motion. I beg to move, Right, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Black. You have a seconder. Who is your seconder? You can contribute. Ali Machano.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity you have successfully managed to extend upon me, having the floor discussing on this timely and needed motion, which has been moved by Honorable Dr. Siranda. I just want to start by appreciating the efforts taken by Right Honorable Siranda, establishing this very important issue that is needed for the East Africans. I want to declare that I'm really support and second this motion. And because of the nature of the motion, each and everything is well known. And Honorable Dr. Siranda, in its submission, he mentioned a lot of area whereby this club needs and important to be established within our region. Mr. Speaker, sir, if you go around the region, when you go to make a research in line with our governments, they insist the presence of sport. If you go to the Bunge sport clubs in our partner state, as has been well explained by Honorable Dr. Siranda, these issues there, even ourselves, member of this parliament, you are the one who insisted us on doing sport. And the only issue that I want to mention before this House of August is sport is something which creates good health. Sport is something which provides opportunity to employment to the youth. And also, sport is something which creates some enjoyment for the people. So without having much time discussing with this issue, let me say that I'm supporting the motion and I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. the motion on the floor is that the Assembly do resolve, recommend to the East African Community Council of Ministers to establish an EAC Sports and Recreation Club to promote sports and recreation activities for persons in the service of the community. Debate is open. Honorable members, everyone is supporting this motion. Everyone, all of us. Let's give the floor to 4 members, 2 male members and 2 female. And I'll give the floor to those who have not spoken today, Honorable Zipporah, and you were even there today morning, and Honorable Mary. Then for males, we have Honorable Gideon, and that's all. You have the floor, Honorable Gideon, then Zipporah, then Mary. Honorable Gideon, you have the floor. You have the floor. We all support this motion.
When my name is forgotten by my speaker, I will go and do more research in David. Okay, thank you, Right Honorable. I stand to support the motion by Honorable Dr. Gerald Blacks. He's our football captain and seconded by our chair of the sports, Honorable Machano, Hali Machano. As a captain of volleyball, I can't miss to contribute to this important motion. Right Honorable Speaker, I will be very brief. I just want to emphasize the importance of the motion to our community. Sport is now driving the economies and is driving diplomacy worldwide. It is a venture that our community should not be left behind about it. We must chase it like the rest of the world is doing. So to institutionalize the sports in the community would obligate us as members of the community, as leaders of the community, as the staff of the community, to do something about it, to think about it, to research about it, to promote it. And we cannot institutionalize it by establishing it by the legislative resolution, and also for the council to be able to act together with Secretariat to operationalize this important initiative. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I urge our members to support this motion so that we can be able to advance the cause of sports in our region. I beg to submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Zipporah.
Yes, for good. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving this opportunity to stand and to support the motion that is brought by the Honorable Saranda Blacks and supported by our Chair Sports. Right Honorable Speaker, this is a motion that is so timely, and like you said, all of us support this motion because we know what sport is to all of us. Right Honorable Speaker, like what my former honorable members have spoken about, establishing a club for sports in the region, Right Honorable Speaker, will serve so many purposes in this region. Right Honorable Speaker, we are here to integrate. And as we integrate, Right Honorable Speaker, you realize even the time we are here during the time of plenary. Most of the time is wasted because we don't have a club around here. We rely on that one down there where we normally go, that some of us even fear that it's not safe for us. And Right Honorable Speaker, the reason even why, let me not use this word to tell, but the reason why we don't make up during the sports time is because we don't have a facility, we don't have enough time to be together, we don't even have time to integrate well and to get to know who is good in what. So I think this motion is so timely, Right Honorable Speaker, that we ask the Council of Ministers to establish the same. And I think this is something that we needed like yesterday, right, Honorable Speaker? And I'm sure by the time we will have it, Eala will shine. Those are the partner states, like what the mover has mentioned, that they are bunge clubs. They've always shined when we are in the field. So, right, Honorable Speaker, I support, and I believe this is one of our, this is something that we will have a legacy that the 50 Eala brought about. Thank you so much. I support.
Thank you. Thank you for your contribution, Honorable Mary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, first and foremost, on a lighter note, I was happy to hear the Honorable Siranda acknowledging the beauty of the yellow color. Also recognizing that although he's always in green, actually he's yellow inside. That's why he put it inside, and on top he put black. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for reminding him of that. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is no one in the modern times that would not support the idea of having a sports club and encouraging sporting. As a matter of fact, if you look around the region and you look at what our governments are doing, sports is being used to promote curative medicine. It's actually curative. And instead of investing in medicines and supporting the pharmaceutical companies, now the move is to support well-being through sporting and looking for health without looking for medicine, rather than looking for medicine. Mr. Speaker, sir, though I have reservations. First of all, we are saying that the timing is right. But when I look at the East African community financially, as it stands now, I'm not so sure that the timing is right in terms of being practical and asking the Council of Ministers to now construct a sports club.
Honorable Mayor, I would like to give you information on the same.
Okay.
Right, Honorable Speaker, my issue on that motion was with amendments. Of course, I support the motion, but we shall all remember that that is not the first time EAC is setting up a recreation center. And we shall all remember that a gym was once set up here, funds were mobilized, and they were not put to use. So before we embark on that very motion, we would wish the Secretariat, of course, to make full accountability to the funds. And even before we mobilize for more funds, of course, we would need to get full information from the Secretariat how far they have gone with the construction of the recreation center. That is the information I wanted to give on it.
Thank you, Honorable Kadogo.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Veronica, for that information. Mr. Speaker, I was not actually aware that resources had already been allocated to the construction of a recreation center. Now that it has already been done, indeed, we need to first know how the resources have been used, how far we are before we ask for more. And that actually goes in support of the motion by the Honorable Gerard Siranda. So in terms of timing, there is no time that is not right for recreation. So in principle, I support it. But in terms of asking now the community to put resources into this, when actually we have met in the whole year once. And which brings me now to my next question. Where should it be located? And for who?
Information.
Information, Mr. Speaker. Yes, sir.
Honorable Mary, it is as if you do not even know where it's located. It is, I think it's about to start. Yes, you know, we have this parking area. You just walk there and you'll find it. I visited it, it has been maybe 1 year or something like that. It must now be far. This is information that I would give you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the examples that were given here were actually quoting the different parliaments in the region that have recreation centers. This parliament, and I would say yes for the secretariat. But otherwise, when you look at the court, you look at the parliament, we are very part-time indeed. But most importantly, two things. One, can we ask the council to put in money now at this particular moment in time when we are so constrained of resources, even to bring us together to have our regular meetings? And it's not only the parliament, it is also the court. So I would say yes for the secretariat, but can the secretariat afford to ask for a new center to be created, given the resource? More information on that. The gym was set up and construction was due, but it was done partially. And even the funds which were allocated for construction of the gym to buy the facilities, they were done halfway. So the accountability for the funds which were allocated to do so, it was not done. So before we advocate for a recreation center and the gym, can we have the accountability of the resources which were allocated for that? Mr. Speaker, sir, and this is the last time I'm allowing Honorable Veronica to give me information because I think she has so much information about the resources. You know, she's the chair of the accounts committee presently. So she's so loaded with information on the accounts of the community. I appreciate that. But you are eating into my minutes and I will not give you more. Thank you. But the last question I wanted to ask, when we talk about establishing a recreation center, we are talking about one. But the EAC institutions and organs are scattered around the region. Why are we talking about Arusha? Because in your motion, I have not actually heard the address of where you want it to be. But I deduced from your talking that you are referring to Arusha. What about those who are in Nairobi, in Mombasa, in Zanzibar, in Kigali, in Kampala, in Entebbe? Shouldn't we be recommending that all those institutions and organs, wherever they are, should have recreation centers? Is that what we are saying, or we are just looking at the place that we come to? To me, if we are recommending recreation club, we should call them clubs, so that whichever institution of ESC that you are at, you have access to a health center where you can go and improve your health. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mary. Is Honorable Minister around? And he's not, we go to Honorable Siranda.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate you for the opportunity once again. And I want to appreciate the honorable colleagues because when you asked for the seconders, it was unanimous that everybody was seconding this motion. And I want to appreciate everybody for this support. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to, when we talk about people in the service of the community, we mean people who are serving the community, those that sit in Arusha, those that sit in all our organs that and institutions that are not even here. And I am sure that most of the time we're not here, there are people that are here 24/7. And we are talking about the community that hosts people routinely. And I think for me, it will be selfish if we are only thinking about ourselves, but we are talking about the community initiative of everybody. Even when you're not here, our clerks are here, and Right Honorable Speaker, you're here most of the time. And I think for me, I take the input that we enrich to think about this. But when you look at the motion, it's talk about men and women in the service of the community, implying that all those other institutions will have to set a specification for recreation. When you go to the UN, they are a recreation center, but also where they host the other agencies, they have the recreation center. At the African Union, there is an established sports club, but they also allow people from wherever they are, wherever the institution is hosted, and specifically under the commissions to also host the club. The idea is very welcome. And I think for me, the question of us locking our minds in terms of only the community funding us, the treaty allows us to be creative and look for means to support these initiatives. It is not only a parliamentary initiative. Yesterday we had a meeting with the funder. It wasn't funds from the community. So we successfully held a meeting with the Women Caucus. If the Women Caucus, very powerful people, can go out and look for a person to support us to do this initiative, we can find means to support these initiatives of the sports club. Even in Eala itself, we had Mchezo. Mchezo was outsourced. It wasn't funds appropriated by the parliament. We can still do the same, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I agree, and I have just signed to the caucus or a platform on corruption, fighting corruption, thanks to Honorable Clement, my uncle. I agree that we should oversee the process of making sure that the funds are accounted for. Right Honorable Speaker, I was at the gym yesterday. I don't think that what we are speaking is the same as what is not gym. And I would encourage everybody to step at the gym. Actually, is about to be opened. And I will encourage that. And the information I have is not only the sources from the community. Our good bank, the KCB, has been good to come in and support the completion of that facility. We can do the same. Accountability is important. We will look for those under the committee, but specifically for this motion, Right Honorable Speaker, I think we stick to what it's trying to do and we open our minds. If facilities allow and resources allow, if it's an initiative of council, you can easily fundraise. All we are asking is that the council takes it as a resolution and then we allow space for us to get means to do the fundraising, Right Honorable Speaker. Finally, because nobody entirely objects, the contribution that have been made is specifically to enrich and widen our knowledge on this very timely and important aspect. I agree that sports is an alternative medicine. It can be curative, but it can also be promotive. Promotive in a way that you fight, you fight the complication that may arise before they come. So Honorable Mary, we appreciate. I think that's a very important aspect, that we look at sports as an alternative medicine that brings people together either socially, for our well-being, but also to fight that there would be diseases. You can see I am now worried, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm almost becoming your young brother, my young brother Kibea here. When you look at the age of my young brother and myself that is aging, these initiatives, and I borrow a lot from him. He does a lot of this initiative of sports for him to keep how he is. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate you for the intervention you made on the information you gave. We appreciate you, Right Honorable Speaker, for that contribution. I want to appreciate the Honorable Ali Machano, the seconder and co-chair for the games. I want to appreciate my captain, the Honorable Gideon Gatpan, for the very important contribution. I want to appreciate my brother and my uncle, the Honorable Clement Musanga Batwali, that has been very supportive to this initiative. Thank you, Honorable Zipporah Kering, for this timely contribution. Thank you, Honorable Mary, for enriching the debate around this motion. The Honorable Mary Rutamwewa. Thank you so much, the Honorable Kadogo Veronica, for the contribution. And I want to appreciate you all, honorable colleagues. Honorable Oda, I saw your hand was up and yearning to say something. The Honorable Farahada, the Honorable Ambassador Fatuma, and all of you honorable colleagues for the very important contribution. Thank you so much for the support. I beg to move and reply.
Thank you. Honorable members, the motion, no, he was not around when we gave him the floor. The motion moved by Honorable Silanda seeks Council's intervention in sports and recreational activities at EAC. I now put the question that this Assembly do resolve to recommend the EAC Council of Ministers to establish an EAC Sports and Recreation Club to promote sports and recreation activities for persons in the service of the community. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, we have reached the end. Before I adjourn the House, let me remind some of our colleagues that we have been missing them on the field in the morning. One, Honorable Kadogo, we have not seen you there. Of course, we know where you're coming from, but we have not seen you. Honorable Stella from DRC. Honorable Dr. Oda, Honorable Zipporah, Honorable Alodi, Honorable Mary, Honorable Geraldine, Honorable Victor, Honorable Kakoza, Honorable Caroline, Honorable Sankok, where is he? Honorable Namara, Honorable Gabriel Ntisezerana, and Honorable Gabriel Akor, and Honorable Kalonzo. I'm sorry, I would have missed some, but please, tomorrow, I'm begging you, tomorrow, let's gather there as no information, I don't take it. You should come and just wait for us to sit there. So, honorable members, Karibu, tomorrow, they'll collect you as they have been always doing that, and we will be together walking or doing exercise. Thank you. With this, honorable member, I adjourn this house to tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Is it morning? If you members, if you agree, we can start by 10 because we'll be all together there. Sorry? So it's start by 9:30. Okay, we have been doing it. We'll always that at 6:30, 1 hour, and then we are okay. Thank you. Adjourned tomorrow, Wednesday, 9:30 a.m.
Information Chair, very sorry. We have election.
Hello? Honorable members, we are having an election. How many do? Yes. We are having an election for Eala anti-corruption members of bearers. As you are aware, last year,
Election without campaign.
but some members are even going out. Honorable members, can we come back? It is a very brief election. It's not. We can have a seat and we do our elections. I want to